Okay, this is a parent-teacher conference for my student Rainbow Unicorn. Rainbow Unicorn is so hardworking. She is teachable, she shows a desire to improve. In doing this literacy case study with her, I found that she understands her letter sounds. She enjoys reading. She's really, really fun to work with too because of that love she has for reading and writing. She's really good at sounding out her words. I know that she can do it. She can segment, she can sound out her words, and I can see that in her writing as well as in her reading. So just a general overview of the assessments that were done with Rainbow Unicorn. We did a segmenting task at the beginning. I didn't know her and I wanted to get to know how well she knew her letter sounds, and how well she could segment those letter sounds and then put them into one whole word. And then I did three running records exams with her. It tests the student's fluency and accuracy in reading, and it shows me the types of mistakes that she's making so that I know where to focus on as far as our reading instruction with her. We also did retelling, so I asked her some questions after we did the reading to see how well she comprehended what she read and what she could say about it. And then I also evaluated 2 of her writing samples to see what her strengths were in writing and what we could continue to work on. And then I administered a spelling test, a spelling inventory, to be able to see what her spelling stage is and where we need to continue to work with her with spelling. So with the spelling inventory, Rainbow Unicorn scored a 40 out of 82 on the spelling test, which is really good for her grade. Her spelling level is a late letter name alphabetic, which means that she really understands her initial and late consonants, the final and initial sounds in words. She also has mastered her short vowels. She is really consistent with those short vowels. And she also shows quite a bit of competency in digraphs and blends. And then for writing, the student scored about a 5 out of 6 average for language level, a 4.5 out of 6 average for message quality, and a 5.5 out of 6 average for directional principles. Those are all in writing. She uses periods and commas correctly. Her words are appropriately spaced, and I can see that she is writing about details. And she is creative with her spelling and her writing as well. She uses inventive spelling, and she thinks about the sounds and tries to spell those words with the knowledge that she has. And then for the running records, I did 3 of those. One was a 79% accuracy, the other one was 85, and the other one was 97. So those were all about at different levels. But it was really neat as I was administering those exams, I could see that Rainbow Unicorn was able to sound out words when she wanted to do that. Overall, the errors that she made were mostly because she saw that it was a big word and she just said a word that looked like that word and guessed rather than sounding it out. But her scores were really good. Some recommendations based on those assessments. For Rainbow Unicorn to improve her spelling, she can, at school, we can help her by explicitly teaching the long vowel patterns. That's where she needs some more explicit instruction so that she can learn those long vowel patterns and start using them in her spelling. So explicit instruction is something I'll do at school, and then at home she can just continue to participate in daily reading and writing activities, and those will help her to continue to improve her spelling. For Rainbow Unicorn to improve her writing, at school, we will continue to teach her mini lessons so that she can start thinking about the writing process, as well as the 6 traits of writing and other good writing techniques. We will continue to teach her those things so that she can continue to make paragraphs and write at higher levels of organization as well. But she is right on track there. And then at home, just help her continue to practice brainstorming ideas for her writing. Give her ideas and then have her write about them, and then help her evaluate on those ideas that she's writing about so that she can continue to write about details. Okay, so I'm so sorry. Okay, so at school, Rainbow Unicorn will also continue to be taught mini lessons in phonics and practicing decoding, things like that to improve her reading so that she's not guessing on words, but that she's continuing to improve her reading. Um, and then at home, I encourage her to use inventive spelling. We're doing that here at school as well. That inventive spelling is when if she asks you how to spell a word, instead of telling her how it's spelled, just say, do your best, you do your best spelling, or spell it out and see if you can figure that out. And as she practices spelling those words by herself, she's going to improve her spelling and use the knowledge that she's gained to do that. So as far as things that we can work on to help Rainbow Unicorn continue to improve, I noticed that with her retelling assessments after we would do the reading, she didn't have much to say. She would kind of remember some of the main details, but not really have a whole lot more to say. So one thing that we can do to improve her retelling skills and comprehension is just at school will help teach her the reading process more explicitly, so that of pre-reading, reading, responding, and more exploring of the text, so that it's not so surface level. And these skills will help her get more out of what she reads. And then at home, she can practice answering questions after she's read a book, ask her questions about what she read, and that will help her with that. To improve, let's see, for reading, again, there was one exam that out of all the errors in the running records exam, 85% of the time that she missed all the words in this exam, it was because she was using visual cues to try to guess a new word instead of using decoding skills to sound it out. So this means that she was doing more guessing than sounding out words and decoding them. And this isn't because she doesn't know how to sound out words or decode, because I've seen her do it, and she'll do it if I ask her to. It's just because sometimes she just will think it's easier to just guess a different word. So we just need to encourage her to sound it out, to decode the word, instead of just guessing. So to improve her accuracy here, we can just continue to teach her phonemic awareness strategies as well as word identification strategies so that she can use those in her writing or in her reading instead of just using guessing. And as she is encouraged to sound out words, her reading accuracy will improve. So that's something that she can do at home as well. So Rainbow Unicorn is really excelling in her efforts to read and write. She is really excited about reading. I can tell that she likes to read. She takes the time to do it. And she's always excited to participate in that. I can also tell that she's eager to improve as I talk to her about her reading and how she learned how to read and how she can improve. She said, I can learn more words. I can sound out words. And she was very positive about the things I asked her about reading. She is starting to learn long vowel patterns. So that's one thing that we can help her with so she can improve in her spelling. It's just those long vowel patterns and paragraphs. Writing in paragraphs so that her writing becomes more longer, has more details, more elaborate. So we're just going to keep working with her with that. Overall, Rainbow Unicorn, again, like I said, is really enjoyable to work with. She loves school. She has a growth mindset, which means that she knows that she can improve and that she's not stuck where she's at. And so she's really willing to participate in the learning process. And as we continue to improve on these little things, like helping her expand her writing, as well as helping her sound out words and decode, both at home and at school, I know that she will continue to make progress as a speller and as a writer and as a reader as well. And the more reading that's done at home, the better that she's going to get at reading, and the more writing she does at home as well. So encourage her always to write things down, to write what's on her mind, to keep a journal. And those are things that she will be able to use to improve her writing as well as her reading. And again, with those comprehension questions, after she's read a book, ask her some questions about it so that she can practice remembering and telling those details about what was in the story. But it's been a joy to work with Rainbow Unicorn, and I look forward to seeing her progress as the school year goes along.